We are live at 1. Good afternoon and many thanks for joining us. I'm Lillian Muli Kanene. Now, the International Commission of Jurists now wants the Code of Conduct for Members of Parliament to be reformed to mirror international best practice on enforcement sanctions and declaration of interests. In a report released today, the ICJ has recommended that the declaration of interests by MPs be made public to ensure better public accountability. Dagoretti North MP Simba
The Parliament Watch report comes at a time when the new bicameral system of Parliament is facing challenges to do with the division of responsibilities between the two houses, which the report says will only be sorted out once the Constitution is implemented fully. The report reviews Parliament's compliance with the Constitution, singling out the Code of Ethics, which is still out of date. The report now recommending drastic amendments to the Public Officers Ethics Act, which will enforce reforms to the Code of Ethics.
The new constitution has a higher threshold in terms of ethical conduct for representatives. So this publication also discusses codes of conduct applicable to legislators and to the legislature as an entity.
Among the recommendations is one proposing public education on the role of members of Parliament. The report states that it is the expectation of handouts from MPs that has fueled the demand by MPs for high and largely unsustainable remuneration. The ICJ is also proposing the declaration of wealth by members of Parliament be made public, all this to ensure accountability.
This is conduct not just in relation to what they do in the immediacy of the chambers where they represent, but also in everyday public life. There is a higher threshold of ethical conduct expected of representatives, including in everyday public life, including in their personal financial affairs.
ICJ also wants the Code of Ethics revised to stipulate clear sanctions for violation of the code, proposing that the Committee of Privileges be empowered to punish behavior of MPs that breaches the code but does not escalate to the level of criminality. Currently, the committee is restricted to only deal with disruptive conduct of MPs in Parliament and not in the enforcement of sanctions established in the code. Esther Kahumbi, Citizen Live at 1.
Dagoretti North MP Simba Arati, who was a candidate against ODM party leader Raila Odinga in the recently aborted ODM party polls, has lost his party branch position after members ejected him. ODM delegates from Dagoretti Sub-County have ousted Arati as the party's Dagoretti Sub-County chairman, replacing him with Collins Ndisio. The delegates claim Simba Arati failed the loyalty test in the party and that his ambitions for the high office have affected his performance at sub-county level.
I'm a legit ODM member, and when I've been called to serve by the people themselves, then it shows that they have their confidence and trust in me, of which mine is to say yes. Delegates, I echo you wherever you are, and I salute you. I will work with you, and I assure you I'll not fail you.
Immediately, any member of a party starts asking for another seat at a higher level or vying for a seat at a higher level, the constitution of the party states that he has to relinquish his seat to other people. So I think whatever we are doing right now is not badly off. We have confirmed Mr. Collins Ndisio as the chairman of Dagoretti because for one, we also believe that Honorable Simba Arati is very busy with the politics at a higher level.
And the General Service Unit of the Kenya Police has a new commandant following a police reshuffle that has seen 55 senior officers transferred to new posts around the country. Joel Mboya Kitili will be the head of the elite GSU, having been promoted from his post as the head of the Rift Valley Regional Command. In the reshuffle, Samuel Kimaru has been replaced as traffic commandant by Charlton Mureithi. Jackie Maribe has the details.
Matters security have been on the lips of not just security chiefs but the commander-in-chief himself, President Uhuru Kenyatta, who recently issued a stern warning that he would shake up even the security sector in a bid to streamline it.
And when I address the issue of corruption, more so I am addressing the issue not necessarily of the small officer, petty of ya kuchukua hapo hongo kidogo kidogo. Kwa sababu huyu anachukua kwa sababu mkubwa anachukua.
And today, it appears the government has made good its word in a major shake-up within police ranks. The reshuffle that will see dozens of senior police officers moved has seen a new GSU commandant picked. Joel Mboya Kitili has been promoted from heading the Rift Valley Regional Police Command to take charge of the elite paramilitary unit from his new commandant's office in Ruaraka, Nairobi. Kitili has replaced former commandant William Saya, who has been moved to the Kenya National Focal Point on Small Arms and Light Weapons as a director. Saya in turn replaces engineer John Ochieng, who now becomes the Police Air Wing commander. Samuel Kimaru has been replaced as traffic commandant by Charlton Mureithi, and Kimaru now moves to Vigilance House as he awaits redeployment. The move has also affected several OCPDs who have been transferred to different counties across the country. Jackie Maribe, Citizen Live at 1.
So how many times do you use your cell phone in a day? For the average Kenyan, this gadget has become an essential part of daily life. But in Lokiriama, Turkana County, using a cell phone involves nothing short of a strenuous journey to a small shrub, as it is the only place with network. Our reporter Diana Karaoke brings us the story of a community that, technologically speaking, is alienated from the rest of the world.
A region where herding is the main occupation and source of livelihood. One would expect that the pastoralists will be in constant search of food and water for their animals. But the residents of Lokiriama constituency, Turkana County, find themselves trekking for miles in search of a commodity that, though essential, is still hard to come by. The destination, a hill that serves a different purpose from that which you would expect. On it grows a special shrub. The small thorn shrub to many in this area is more than meets the eye. It appears to have the magic of mobile network reception, and the residents converge around it to communicate with the rest of the world. For miles around, the shrub is the only place with network reception, a scarcity that has dire effects on almost all aspects of the lives of people living here.
So hata biashara imekuwa ngumu sisi kufanya kwa hii kijiji kwa sababu ya network. Maana network pia iko na mambo mengi ya kibiashara. Hasa kama mambo ya M-Pesa. Hata kama uko na shida mtu hawezi kukutumia kwa M-Pesa kwa sababu hautapata mahali pa kutoa. For example, mtoto akifukuzwa shule pale mbali, huwezi pata information kwa haraka. Mpaka uongojee gari kutoka huku, maybe 2 days, 3 days.
Having to work so hard to try one's luck at communicating, despite the demands of their daily lives, has left the people of Lokiriama feeling more than just forgotten and left out, even as the rest of the country continues moving towards easier and faster global communication.
Hata na shida sembuze sisi ni watu wa Kenya ama sio? Kwa sababu ukienda Logum iko network, uende Lodwar iko network, all over mpaka Nairobi. Lakini hapa hivi inakuwa shida. I fail to understand, is this area part of Kenya ama wapi? Ama ni no man's land.
In an age where communication and networking is an almost basic requirement, residents of the Turkana County constituency near the Kenya-Uganda border still wait with eagerness for the day they will be remembered and their communication problems addressed.
Hello.
Diana Karaoke, Power Break.
Interesting. And Nairobi Governor Evans Kidero has today flagged off 11 garbage collection trucks which have been purchased to improve efficiency in cleaning up the city. The governor targets to purchase at least 50 trucks with plans to distribute 5 trucks to each sub-county. The trucks, which cost the county close to 250 million shillings, are also aimed at decreasing the number of over 56 private garbage collection companies that operate within the central business district, which he says contribute to a lot of traffic jam.
We are going to also to put up bins for sorting out garbage where the recyclable will go into one place. We are putting 200 million, recyclable plastics, recyclable inorganic, and non-recyclable. So it will make it easy to sort them out.
So for how long can you spend your life in bed without making a single movement, not even to the washroom? Maybe this is just close to impossible. But in Mango Village, Nakuru County, a woman has been bedridden for close to 27 years after she was involved in a grisly road accident in 1987, which injured her spine. Kibemboro tells us more.
It is Friday afternoon and we joined this group of women for prayers at Mary Wanjiro's home. And unlike other usual weekday prayers popularly known as Mta, this is a special prayer service that happens every Friday at Mary Wanjiro's home. Meet Mary Wanjiro, a 60-year-old lady from Mango Village just next to former President Daniel Moi's Kabarak home in Nakuru County. Wanjiro is a strong woman who has spent 27 years indoors. This is almost all her marriage life. Worse still is the fact that she has never made a single movement, not even to the washroom or bask outside for 27 years. She narrates her heart-wrenching story that saw her life shattered.
Ilikuwa mwaka 87 mwezi ya 7 tariki 31 ni wakati huo ndio nilianguka na gari. Sikukuwa na jielewa, nilisikia nikiwa hospitali nikapelekwa spinal injury nikakaa miezi 6. Wakaniangalia wakasema hiyo spinal yangu iwezi guswa, ikiguswa kwa maana ninagogeo hapa karibu nitakufa mwili yote.
And since then, her life has been confined to this bed, and her loving husband, Francis Mwangi, has been her immediate caretaker. Her loving husband has been washing her, changing her sanitary towels, cooking and feeding her. And speaking of true love, Francis Mwangi is a good epitome of exactly that, for better or for worse.
Kutoka mama anguke, nafanya kazi ya kumsaidia. Kiwa ni kupika, saa ingine watoto hakuna, mimi ndio napika. Yani tuseme kila kitu, hata kumfugia nguo.
And to affirm their real love in 2008, they decided to wed, and unlike other church weddings, theirs was held here, in this room.
Tukaita watu ya kanisa yangu ya mzee, tukafanya harusi.
For over 26 years, Mary Wanjiro has been bedridden right here after she suffered a spinal injury. But the big question is, does that mean when someone suffers spinal cord injury, there is no solution to it and one cannot get back to their feet and go on with their daily lives? We seek an expert opinion about that next. We meet a spine and scoliosis surgeon, Mohammed Akil Fazal from Kenyatta National Hospital, who explains just what a spine injury facing Wanjiro means.
Unfortunately, internationally, not only in Kenya, but also in the United States, in India, anywhere else in the world, unfortunately, the spinal cord does not have the ability to regenerate. So when you have a complete spinal cord injury, the possibility of complete return of power at 1 year or at 27 years is remote.
Earlier, when we spoke to Mary Wanjiro, she told us that she lost hope of even getting off the bed. But can her condition be corrected?
The first thing to be done is, when for example, at 27 years, is actually to rehabilitate the patient, which means is to first of all counsel them, encourage them, give them good examples of people who are paraplegic, who are wheelchair bound, who have made differences in the world. For example, in Kenya, we have the MP for Westlands, Honorable Wanyonyi. He has complete spinal cord injury, but he he's actually representing the area we sit in. Lie in one area for too long, they can get bed sores. So this is basically a problem with her nursing. So to rehabilitate a patient like this, the first step is obviously to cure the bed sores, because you can't talk about her getting back to normal life. She has bed sores. So that requires a lot of nursing care, number one. Number two, depending on how deep those bed sores are, they may require plastic surgical intervention.
And some of the cases that Dr. Fazal deals with every day, he says, are mainly as a result of road accidents. But can that be prevented?
The best treatment of spinal cord injury is prevention, which means that people should wear seat belts, reduction in carnage on the roads, people on building sites and who maybe go up trees to harvest should take proper safety and security measures.
And for now, Wanjiru, who erased the thought of ever walking again or even at least moving on a wheelchair, remains just that, unless maybe, just maybe, a miracle happens and she gets proper plastic surgery and rehabilitation. Kibemburu, Citizen TV, Mangu Village, Nakuru County.
And thank you for staying with Live at 1. Now, family life in Kenya will no longer be the same, going by the debate and pending enactment of the long-awaited Marriage Bill 2013, which is, of course, before Parliament. Debate on the Marriage Bill was yet again last night put on hold, that last evening put on hold, but we expect that the debate will continue. And with me in studio is Christine Ochieng, Executive Director, FIDA. Thank you so much. So we're talking matters Marriage Bill, and just like I said in my intro there were about maybe less than 20 legislators in Parliament last evening to debate on this bill. What are your views about this? What are we seeing regarding the seriousness that is being given to this issue?
This was actually very disappointing, Lillian, because the role of the MPs, according to the Article 94, especially in the Constitution, it talks about them as legislators. Their role